What is this? Some kind of nocturnal sweeping? What what is this? What is this? Some kind of nocturne? What is this? Some kind of sweeping? What is sweeping? What is this? Some kind of nocturnal sweeping nocturnal kind of what is this?
Hi.
We're back. We are back. We're gonna go Canto 6. It's time. So first of all, I want to say, I said this in the outro of the last video, but I'll say it again. Thank you all for the support on the first episode. I've been calling it episode 0 because it was like really just scuffed and informal and like out of nowhere, just like a little introduction. So thank you for the support on episode 0. Am I recording? Okay. I also want to apologize for the audio. I did not think it would be so scuffed. I have an idea of how I could fix it. That's gonna have to wait till the weekend. I have to move a lot of stuff around to hopefully fix it. There's no guarantee. There's no promise. I'm gonna be really mad if I have to move a bunch of stuff around and then it doesn't even fix the issue. Is this fixed? Is this better? Does this please you? I hope it does. This is the best we're gonna get. So hi, yeah, I'm gonna be popping in to do some post-recording voiceover for this episode because when I recorded, I was very, very, very tired. So I'm gonna fill in some of the silence, and hopefully by doing this, I'll be able to get the video a bit shorter. Because let's be real, 41 minutes for a single dungeon in an easy intervallo? It's a bit much. So hopefully I can use this and condense down the cutscenes while still letting my live self interject every now and then. I'm sure that the chair creak is going to be a lot louder with this new recording setup. Deal with it. You can hear my words this time. It's better than my words being cut off. I'm doing my best. Today it's time, finally, we are going on to Canto 6. But before that, a little bit of preamble. I never realized that my ID was in the corner here, and I guess some of you guys added me? I can't imagine that like 2 people happened to make a typo that was like my ID. So if these are any of you guys, thank you. I will accept, and I will use your units. And I'll apologize in advance because my units are. Oh yeah, I can put Ishmael on. Yay! I also have one more bit of news before we get into it. If you watched the previous videos, you would know that I was working on sharding Manager Dawn. Now, if you look at my Dawn shards, you might realize I have no Dawn shards. And that's a bit of a problem, because how am I supposed to shard Manager Dawn if I don't have any Dawn shards? But you also might be wondering, what happened to all my Dawn shards? Well, I spent them on Manager Dawn. I got her now. And I'm going to end up, I'm gonna bring her through Canto 6. Full disclosure, I have no idea how this unit functions. I know she has Blood Feast, and that's about it. Additionally, thanks to our Lord and Savior Kim Ji-hoon, we just got one of these for the anniversary, and we will be using it on Manager Dawn. Yay! Wow, that's oh my god, that's a lot. God damn. I was also told by multiple people that this Uptie story contains spoilers for Canto 7. So, oh yeah, that's one right off the bat. I mean, I already knew she existed, so I'm glad I knew she existed. Otherwise, I would have gotten spoiled on the first text box. But, we'll come back to that. Oh, sweet 40 Lunacy. Gosh, she's so cool looking though. She's so fucking cool. I love her. I got some tickets also for this occasion. And Otis is getting kicked off the team. Sorry, Otis. And if Honglu continues to be terrible, he's getting replaced with Claire as well. Because fuck you. I'll do what I want. I hope she doesn't say any spoilers here either. I'm just gonna pray that she doesn't. Canto 6, the Heartbreaking. I am going to cut down the cutscenes because I'm fully aiming these videos at people that have already played in this company. I started in the middle of Intervalo 4, and no one's coming here for like a complete like I've never played Limbus Company before. I'm going to watch a YouTuber play it instead. They're definitely not coming to me for that. Also, I realized that if I was only able to edit down one dungeon into 41 minutes, every part of these Canto videos was going to be like 3 hours. So, I'll leave in my reactions to like big wow moments. But if it's just like Don Quixote and Yiseng discussing what flavor potato chip they want to get at the store, I'm skipping through that. I don't want all these videos to be 3 bajillion hours long. Maybe once we're like caught up to like where the story is now, I'll do it. But seeming as this is old content that's already been around for God knows how long, people have already seen all this shit. So I'll be skipping through a lot of them. So this is what T-Corp's nest looks like. We had surprisingly little trouble making it past the nest's borders. I guess my concerns were unfounded.
뭐 다행히도 이번 둥지 입국 심사는 별일 없이 넘어왔네요.
아이, 이 정도야 뭐. 아이, 에이, 칭찬은 굳이 안 해도 괜찮다고 하지 않았어.
아무도 하진 않았는데.
I love her. She's perfect. He's also perfect. All of them are perfect.
다 컸어 이제.
Everyone seems awfully relaxed for having just entered a different nest. I guess everyone's gotten used to this by now. Humdrum, routine, I guess they'd be the words to describe the general sentiment among the sinners. Except for one, that is. Is it Beefcliff? I called it. We're headed to this place called Wuthering Heights next, right? I could tell from Heathcliff's glum expression that his mind was weighed down by all kinds of complicated concerns.
그렇지.
Though his eyes were staring at the moving scenery past the windows, his mind was fixed on something that his eyes couldn't see, something that lay beyond the building walls.
워더링 하이츠라. 대학에 강한 바람이 불었던 집이었나 보죠.
Yeah, bloody wuthering.
바람이 지랄맞게 불었어. 아늑한 구석은 하나도 찾을 수 없는 곳이었지.
Heathcliff's voice carried an unusually dark tone. The other sinners on the bus noticed this and began chatting him up.
고향에 당도한다니 마음이 참 복잡하겠소.
고향이라 태어난 곳이 아니라 자라온 곳이긴 한데 하긴 그것도 고향이라면 고향이겠지. 근데 보통 고향하면 떠올리는 감정은 아니야.
허면
머릿속에선 수천 번도 넘게 상상했어. 내가 그 빌어먹을 집안에 돌아가서 모든 걸 남김없이 부수고.
그 다음엔 뭘 하려고 했는데요? 저를 보고도 깨달은 게 없는 거예요?
A lot of other gacha games, or just games in general, they'll have like a character have their big moment, and then it's just like forgotten about. This game, they keep remembering the shit that happened, and that's really good.
있어. 일단 내가 획가닥해서 되져버리기 직전까지 가게 되더라도 너희 중 하나가 어떻게든 끄집어내줄 거라는 거.
뭐 두들겨 패서라도 꺼내달라는 건가요?
Heathcliff just says something like really stupid one day, and they all just dogpile and beat the shit out of him. He's like, what are you doing? They're like, but you told us. This is what you told us to do.
두들겨 패서라도 그럴 필요.
Jeez. His eyes are full of melancholy.
어디까지 허용이 되지? 신체 절단과 신경 조직 손상 중에
머리 같은 데를 세게 쥐어박는 정도는 괜찮지 않을까요?
Why are you blushing? Why are you excited to beat the shit out of him?
아니 이 새끼들 나한테 쌓인 걸 풀라는 의미가 아니라고. 지금 진지하게.
그래도 지금의 히스클리프 씨라면 잘 해내실 것 같다는 생각이 들어요.
You. I have seen one line of dialogue from you in the latest Intervallo. I am scared of you. I was excited for Canto 7. Now I'm excited for Canto 8. I've just seen one line of dialogue that has skyrocketed my excitement for that canto. This man's crash out will be fucking generational, okay? Mark my words.
뭔 소리야? 지금이라니.
지금의 히스클리프 씨는 가난하고 남은 게 아무것도 없잖아요?
뭐? 가난? 이제는 아예 대놓고 시비 걸기로 작정했냐? 내가
아니 오해가 있으신 것 같아요.
There's not many ways to take that. Honlu is far from the most talkative sinner. When he does speak, he usually has something insightful to say. Though since he never says it in a way that's immediately obvious, his words are very prone to misunderstanding.
저희는 모두 가난해요. 그러니 예전과는 많은 게 달라졌을 거예요. 어쩌면 가진 게 아무것도 없을 때가 되어서야 몰랐던.
가난하여서 이렇게 구릿구릿한 색깔을 계속 가지고 다녀야 하는 거요?
We can't afford the printer ink. We're black and white. Don Quixote looked mournfully at everything around her, then at herself. She sounded like she was about to cry. Everything had been drained of colors the moment we entered Tea Court through the back streets. It feels like even more of our colors have been taken away since then. Yeah, I was thinking about that. It does look a little more desaturated.
언제 하나 했어? 대체 언제까지 이런 색깔로 다녀야 하는 거야? 라는 생각을 한 게 불과 10시간 전인데.
I still don't really get the colors thing. What's the point? Like, who cares? I'm sepia toned now. Wham! My life is terrible. Like, do I gotta play Library of Ruina to understand this one?
가도 원상복귀가 되지 않잖아. 이대로 평생 칙칙하게만 살아야 하는 거야? 이러면 식욕도 떨어져. 살아갈 의지가 없어지게 된다고.
It ain't that deep, Rhodia.
고기를 먹어도 고기가 상한 걸로밖에 안 보인다고.
Actually, that's a good point. Wouldn't this be like really dangerous to live in? Because like you can't tell if certain things are rotten. It would be really hard.
갑자기 너무 건너뛴 것 같지 않아?
How do people drive in this nest? How do stoplights work?
그리고 저 사람들은 옷의 색깔이 보이고 있잖아.
With an annoyed look, Rodion gestured towards the people outside the bus.
개개인분들께 해드린 답변을 합치면 23번째 답변이긴 합니다만 색깔을 돌려받으려면 그에 준하는 돈을 지불해야 합니다.
저 정도로 색깔을 돌려받은 거면 코트에 바지에 저 새낀 별로 잘 살지도 못하면서 허세만 있는 놈이야. 진짜 부자들은 안경테나 장신구까지 색깔을 되찾거든.
히스클리프 씨도 이곳에 살고 있을 동안은 계속 색을 보지 못한 상태였나요?
아니, 저택은 어느 정도 예외였어. 그래도 여전히 색이 구린 곳이긴 했지만.
Could it be that there was violet in the manor? You could say that there were patches of violet.
동의 구려.
It's the color of shit. You know, I really hated Ryoshu early on, but she's growing on me. He's funny as hell.
근데 저 자식 말이야. 저렇게 어설프게 색깔을 가진 채로 쏘다니면 괜히 뒤통수 얻어맞기 딱일 텐데.
Bonk. Etho's predictions came true soon enough. Several thieves surrounded the bloke who's only trying to come off as though he's loaded and bashed him on the back of his head.
저런 극악무도 파렴치한 자들을 보았나? 혼자 다니는 무고한 시민을 단체로 핍박하고 있지 않나?
갱단이라고 부르는 분들인가요?
물이 흐려졌군. 저런 걸 갱단이라고 부를 수도 없고 시간을 못 채운 하루 인생들인 거지.
Fine.
내가 떠나올 때만 해도 저런 버러지 같은 것들은 저렇게 버젓이 돌아다니지도 않았어.
There are gangs that aren't scummy?
당연하지. 내가 있었던 갱단은 저런 식으로 만만한 놈한테 우르르 몰려가지 않았다고.
탈론, 쌩쌩 달리고 싶어. 길이 막혀서 부르.
여기서 시간을 지체하는 것도 의미가 없지.
Virgilius finally spoke up after quietly listening in on our discussion for the last few minutes.
돈키호테가 시끄럽게 굴기 전에 내려서 처리하고 오도록.
She's a powerful force.
정의 집행이군. 고맙네.
켈자베 씨도 익숙해졌나 봐 이제.
Oh wait, why is he so much more saturated now? What the fuck? Did they accidentally like double sepia tint that? There's no time. Alright, Otis, you're done.
책임은 모두 내가 진다.
Gosh, he sounds so cool. Bam, 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 bam.
명이라면
And listen to me. If you fuck up, if you throw, if you keep rolling like 40 damage on your skill 3, you're getting replaced. Because again, I think I only need 3 Kurakumo allies. 2+. Wait, yeah, I literally only need 3 of them. Hi, it's me. You might know me from me. I'm here to help myself because, well, when I recorded this, I was a little tired. It was after work and, my brain wasn't exactly, active. So, I want to try something new for this one. I'm gonna do a little bit of a voiceover. You know, let's just go through the Canto VI journey together. The dead rabbits, are these like the rabbits from Lobotomy Corp? I know about those guys. Huh, yeah, I did my homework. I skimmed the study guide. Because otherwise, if I didn't do this, the footage would just be a lot of me silently sitting there watching cutscenes, and no one wants to watch that. I do apologize if I'm a little low energy today. Oh fuck, that spear is so cool. Some 50 blood feast. Okay, so I do bleed damage, and the bleed damage turns into blood feast. Every 5 blood feast, I get 1 hard blood, and at different stages of hard blood, I get different buffs. And hard blood, I think, gets cashed out by your skill 3. Yeah, I think this takes like half the hard blood. I don't know, I think that the enhanced version is the one that cashes out and gives you a refund, right? Consume 10 hard blood for every 10 hard blood. After target is defeated, increase blood feast and regain half of hard blood. And this one just gives you like a flat 10? Yeah, once per turn. Is this one once per turn? Yeah, once per turn. Cool. I don't think I get to use these other ones because I don't have the other blood fiends. Look at her, she's so cool! That's insane. So it may be harder for me to get Lust Resonance now, since I got her on the team, but... Oh well! I don't care. I degaff. Oh, insane damage. I forgot I brought him in. Holy shit. He just scared the shit out of me. I was like, what is this creature? What is this gremlin in my lineup? Holy fuck. You guys really aren't anything too crazy. I didn't really expect them to be anything too crazy considering they're just... It's the first fucking level, bro. Okay. Okay. Yeah, whatever you say. Me when Don Quixote tell me do something. She's so fucking cool, bro. She is hype moments in aura. There's no time.
야, 너 모자 멋진데? 어디서 샀냐?
잘못했습니다. 다 가져가세요. 제 시계에서 원하시는 만큼 시간을 빼가셔도 됩니다.
클리프군?
Are you robbing this man? Heathcliff was looming over the man and growling threateningly. He certainly fit the look of a villain from this particular angle.
야, 방금 건 그냥 칭찬한 거잖아. 이놈이 유독 오버해서 반응하는 거라고.
Canto 6, we begin and we arrive in the slums. You can already tell that things are a little weird, a little off here. Everything is still drenched in a sepia hue, and apparently only the rich people get to have color. Time itself seems to be a currency, with timepieces holding great value here, almost being like a sort of ID. Am I a bajillion bucks? Is Dante a bajillion bucks? I'm so used to gacha protagonists being self-insert bullshit. I keep calling Dante me, but Dante is not me. Because I'll never be him. And we're gonna see the weirdest skill animation in the game. Listen, I was glazing Enclair skill 3, but like, the animation makes no sense. Like, what is that? What is that rumbling? It's not a chainsaw, that's just an axe. But it rumbles like a chainsaw, I don't get it. Oh, she's so cool. I really hope my commentary does not just devolve into, God, Don Quixote is so cool. But she is though, she's so cool. We quickly learn that people have been disappearing in the fog, and it's been so bad that a lot of the stores have closed down. So right off the bat, we get a really interesting picture of T-Corp, of this nest. And that's something that I like that they've been pushing a lot in the recent cantos. Canto 5 and 6 have really doubled down on how weird and different the city is from reality. What with the Great Lakes and their various laws, and now we have this sepia-drenched fucking hellhole where time itself is money. It's something that we didn't really see in the earlier cantos, with those focusing more so on how the people live in the city rather than the conditions of the city itself. Does that make sense? Like Canto 3, we get to look into how N-Corp functions and their views, their ideology, and now we're seeing like, okay, even the city itself is fucked, not just the people in it. But after a brief little scuffle in the alleyways and the back streets, I guess these aren't technically like the back streets, but they are back street. I don't know.
아니, 시체만으로는 그렇게 보기 힘들지 않나?
네?
뒷골목에 밤이 있잖아.
Oh, the nocturnal sweeping. She's so silly. I wish her Canto was better. Canto 2 is like the worst one. Editor me, put my Canto tier list on the screen. Put the Canto tier list on the screen. Put it on right now. Put it on the screen right now. Now flip it upside down. Now put it right side up. Now put a picture of a monkey. Thank you. It'll be a good idea to remind ourselves of our current mission. Besides, I could use a refresher myself.
그까지 초대장 읽어서 뭐 하라고?
The neatly folded invitation Heathcliff produced from his pockets completely betrayed his attempt at appearing aloof. It was folded with such tender care that it almost resembled a neat paper craft. He cleared his throat. Some time later.
부디 참석하시어 이 자리를 빛내주시면 감사하겠습니다. 경의를 담아, 넬리.
그리고
아이씨.
I like the idea of them all being like, wait, ooh, Heath's got a girlfriend.
꼭 와야 해, 히스. 기다리고 있을게. 캐시가.
This wasn't exactly what I had in mind when I asked him to read that letter.
여기가 무슨 동네 술집이에요?
But Yiseng realizes that it's kind of weird we're going to a mansion considering we're supposed to be going to lobotomy court branches.
집가 아니라 다 같이 워더링 하이츠라는 저택으로 향한다는 건
I didn't even think about that. I just kind of assumed that it would be like Sinclair's, where the branch is built into the mansion.
그곳으로
Does this mean no dungeon? Well, no, I guess Canto V wasn't a lobotomy court branch. And that still had a dungeon. That was a whale. It was really gross. It doesn't take long for Virgilius and Faust to clarify that, yeah, we're not going to a branch, but a bow was discovered in the mansion. However, the Before team could not secure an exact location because of some sort of unique security system, which immediately tips off Heathcliff because he didn't remember any sort of weird security system. But then that raises another question. How did these rich people get their hands on a bow? That's kind of an important thing that people shouldn't have access to. Ishmael immediately thinks that Catherine might have it, and it might be a little more dangerous, a little more suspicious than we currently think. Dante ends up asking Yiseng if he knows about the singularity of T-Corp, since Yiseng did spend some time here previously. And while Yiseng doesn't know its exact machinations, he passes the question on to Faust to see if she knows anything. And she does. Apparently, T-Corp has control over time. And time equals light. And light equals color. Previously, I didn't really understand what was so important or meaningful about the colors being drained, but Sinclair brings up a really interesting point that I agree with. To have never seen color is pretty tragic. You'll never experience the warmth of the sun or the hopefulness of the bright blue sky. You'll never feel the peaceful, dour atmosphere of the night. It's gotta wear down on people, destroys their morale. And for a nest that seems as focused on work as this, that's kind of exactly what the higher-ups would want, isn't it? Rhodia thinks it's kind of sheltered, but I think Rhodia is stupid and wrong, needs to shut up.
아, 그거 해보자. 가장 좋아하는 색깔이 뭔지에 따라서 각자 성격을 알 수 있다던데.
She's so slay, so girl boss, am I right?
이상이 하늘색을 좋아하는 거라면 어디 보자. 고요하고 조용한 당신, 생각에 빠져 잠기는 걸 좋아하는군요.
오, 어떻게 하는 것이오? 그거 참 기묘한 재주로군.
She knows you, that's why she can say this.
나도 해줘. 나는 말이지 붉은색이 좋소. 아니 노란색. 아니 붉은색? 아니.
나? 제일 좋아하는
Purple, violet, purple, violet, purple, violet, purple, violet, patches of violet.
참, 뭘 그딴 걸 물어봐 남사스럽게. 나는
He pauses. A great manor begins to emerge into our view from a distance. I could immediately tell that this was the Wuthering Heights manor Heathcliff mentioned.
검은색.
No, it's supposed to be violet.
모든 물감을 다 섞어버리면 나오는 색 아닌가? 그거. 그래서 제일 볼만한 색깔이지. 덧칠만 계속 해버리면 되는 거니까.
I clearly hear that Heathcliff is muttering through gritted teeth. I have a feeling that black wasn't always his favorite color. I think it was violet at one point. Maybe in patches. We're 6 stages in and we've only had like one actual combat stage. But before long we arrive at the manor, and Heathcliff starts freaking out. Right when we're about to enter the mansion, the sinners stop for a moment and they question Virgilius. They want to know why he doesn't come along. This is something that they brought up in the past, but never directly to Virgilius. And while I expected him to just start beating the shit out of everyone, he doesn't. I like this. Ishmael's not just blindly following the captain. This is what I'm talking about. At the end of Canto V, she's like, I'll start asking questions now. I'll live for myself. And now she's doing it because this game is well written, bro. Oh my god.
같은 부서
He's touched by Ishmael's desire to actually trust him. And once again, we have an example of the events of the previous canto influencing how the characters are acting now. It's simple, but it's good. I like that. A lot of other gacha games just wouldn't really bother to keep their characters consistent like that. Characters would develop in one chapter, and then in the next chapter, who cares? Their development already happened, they're not the focus anymore, so push them aside. Let's focus on the bright new shiny thing. And I think this is one of Limbus's greatest strengths. By focusing on specifically these 12 characters, we get a lot of time to develop them, to see them grow, change, and evolve over time. We're not constantly pushing in the new bright, shiny 6, 7, 8-star character on the banner. We're focusing on these 12 idiots, and I like that a lot. Anyway, like I was saying, Virgilius is touched by Ishmael's desire to actually trust him and explains that he is also bound by a contract, just like the sinners. However, his contract is a little different. He's not allowed to retrieve the bows or help the sinners directly in any way. Everything must be left up to them. But before the sinners can really question anything more, he closes himself off again. But he does drop that he trusts the sinners a lot more now, and that's really sweet. I love this guy. He's still a fraud though, come on, I want to see him beat the shit out of someone who isn't Don Quixote. He has broken her! So once again, Heathcliff begins to freak out. We're approaching the gates to the mansion, and he is not happy. Apparently there are certain people in the mansion who he does not want to be scrutinized by. Or rather, he knows he's going to be scrutinized by them, so he wants to be prepared. An atmosphere of tension falls over the bus, but is quickly broken by Rodian and Honglu, who finally give him that makeover they've been teasing for the past, like, 4 hours. And by God, my man is pretty. Sometime later. No, that's not Heathcliff. It's not him. And just as they're about to make their way to the gate, Dante finally asks why Heathcliff left Wuthering Heights to begin with. I have to ask him. Why did you leave Wuthering Heights? It's where the love of your life lives, isn't it? Heathcliff, who had been busily moving about preparing to leave the bus, suddenly comes to a halt.
뭐든 괜찮았어. 때리는 것도 굶는 것도 하찮은 취급을 받으며 부려먹어지는 것도 들러리 불순물 취급을 받으면서 사는 것도 참을 수 있었지. 하지만 캐서린 입에서 그 말이 나온 순간 내가 저택에 있어야 할 이유는 그 순간 사라졌어.
Heathcliff did not elaborate further. Perhaps it wasn't that he didn't, but that he couldn't bring himself to. I didn't dare ask him what he was about to say, so I simply nodded in response. I see.
오, 카론이 히스 바뀐 모습을 보고 할 말이 있나 본데?
있어. 중대 발표할 거야.
좋아 좋아. 자, 한마디 소감 부탁드립니다.
카로는 버터 싫어. 느끼하단 말이야.
이게 아닌데.
Karen's words must have hit him hard. It might have been a convincing for Heathcliff, who was severely discouraged by Karen's remark to exit the bus. A bunches of violent! How many story cutscenes are there? The recording's over an hour long already! And after that, the sinners finally arrive at the gate.
그럴 때마다 이 다람쥐군이 적잖은 친구가 되어주었겠어.
No! Not the squirrel! The little squirrel that may once have been Heathcliff's tiny forest friend was immediately scorched down to a pile of ash the moment it crossed over into the manor's front gate. Is this the security system? Heathcliff bangs on the gate begging for someone, well, specifically Catherine, to let him into the mansion. And before long, the gate slowly creaks open, as if some unseen force was pulling it. As the sinners make their way through the front courtyard, the lightning strikes only intensify. Honglu surmises that maybe this is the unique security system that kept the before team from doing their investigation. The sinners seem to agree with that, but Dante doesn't. He thinks to himself, he knows. It's a bow doing this. But something about the bow feels off. It feels strange and chaotic and dangerous. Everyone admires the violet flowers in the courtyard, except Heathcliff. Bitches are violent! Bitches are violent! Holy shit, he said it! And are soon greeted by Nellie. Nellie seems to have been very concerned about Heathcliff in his absence, and before long she invites us inside. Heathcliff tries to ask her about Catherine, but he's cut off. Nellie tells us a bit about herself and her relation to Heathcliff, but he asks again where Catherine is. Wait, no he doesn't. He actually asks about a banquet. And before an answer can be given, a loud voice booms from the hallway. As they're being led to the source of the voice, Mersault points out that there's a ton of little inconsistencies in the matter's condition. There's rushed cleaning and a lot of areas of damage, cracks, wires exposed. Everything feels weird. And I wrote here that there's a battle, but I don't remember there being a battle. Oh, that's right, the dead rabbits. My favorite pastime. What is this fucking Mother 3 pig mask? Gua. Extend. Weakness. Oh, guard. Yo, did you see her dodge? Oh my gosh, she's so cool. There's two different ones. Slow Dead Rabbit's Henchman and Hefty. I like the masks. They're very cool. I don't need my passives. I don't need my passives. God damn. No conditionals needed, he just does that much damage. For the first battle in like an hour, I'm kind of underwhelmed. So yeah, Heathcliff actually used to roll with these guys. The boss of the Dead Rabbits points out just how long it's been since Heathcliff had departed, and Heathcliff clarifies that he didn't want to return until he made something of himself. This kind of gets you thinking. We know that Heathcliff was apprehensive about returning. Does he still not think that he's made anything of himself? He's working, well, I mean, do we call this working? I guess it's working, but he has a decent job? Actually, now that I think about it, if I had to return to a bunch of stuffy rich fucks and tell them like, yeah, I kill people for a living and collect magical glowing branches, I think I'd be a bit apprehensive too. He was a rabbit. Wow. Oh, we're back to just reading. I gotta get to 621. Oh shit. Alright, I'll be real. I have like an hour and a half of footage so far. And I'm tired. I'm gonna edit this and then see how long it is. And if it's not long, or if it's not long enough to where I'm satisfied, then I'll keep going and add on more. But for now, I'm gonna go to sleep because I'm very tired. Bye. Okay, I have 3 hours of footage left and we are already 40 minutes deep into this. I want these to be digestible, so I'm gonna take, I got 622, okay? I'm gonna take everything from 610 to 622 and make that the next video. Let me know what you think of the post commentary. I don't know, I'm a little mixed on it. I don't know if this is something I want to keep doing. I mainly just did it because I didn't want the whole video to be like silence with like 3 highlights. Let me know what you think of it. Okay, this video is over, it's gone long enough. And the next part will be soon. Thank you for watching, subscribe. Again, let me know what you think of the commentary so I can know if I should keep doing it or not. I don't know if I want to keep doing it, but okay, enough words. Bye, 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 bye.